On a cold morning in May 1941, the most powerful battleship ever built by Germany, the Bismarck, slipped beneath the waves of the Atlantic. With her went over 2,000 men, a staggering loss that marked not just the end of a ship, but a profound human tragedy. This is not just a story of naval warfare, but of courage, command, and the brutal indifference of the sea.
The Bismarck was a symbol of Nazi Germany's naval ambition. Launched in 1939, she was designed to be unsinkable, a terror to Allied shipping and a direct challenge to the supremacy of the Royal Navy. Her crew, over 2,200 strong, was handpicked, rigorously trained, and instilled with immense pride in their vessel. They were young men, many barely out of their teens, full of hope and the belief in their ship's invincibility.
Her first and last mission, Operation Rhein-Übung, began on May 18, 1941. Accompanied by the heavy cruiser Prince Eugen, the Bismarck was tasked with breaking into the Atlantic and raiding Allied convoys. Her mere presence was intended to cause chaos, but the Royal Navy was alert.
On May 24th, just 6 days into her voyage, the Bismarck encountered the pride of the Royal Navy, HMS Hood, a battlecruiser considered invincible by many, and the new battleship HMS Prince of Wales. What followed was one of the most famous naval engagements in history, the Battle of the Denmark Strait.
In a mere 8 minutes, the Bismarck demonstrated her terrifying power. A shell from her mighty 15-inch guns penetrated the Hood's deck armor, reaching her aft magazine. The resulting explosion ripped the battlecruiser in two. Of her 1,418 crew, only 3 survived.
The sinking of the Hood sent shockwaves through Britain. Winston Churchill famously issued the order, "Sink the Bismarck." This wasn't just about naval strategy, it was about national morale. The hunt was on, and the full might of the Royal Navy was galvanized. A voice mixed with the remnants of war, telling a war story. For the next 3 days, the Bismarck, damaged by hits from the Prince of Wales, evaded her pursuers. The sheer expanse of the North Atlantic made her a ghost. But fate and a determined swordfish torpedo bomber pilot intervened. On May 26th, a critical torpedo strike jammed her rudder, rendering her almost unsteerable. This was the turning point. The once mighty Bismarck was now a crippled giant, circling helplessly. The Royal Navy battle fleet, led by the battleships HMS King George V and HMS Rodney, closed in.
The final battle on May 27th was less a fight and more an execution. For over 2 hours, the British battleships pounded the Bismarck. Shell after shell slammed into her, tearing through her superstructure, silencing her guns one by one. Her crew fought with incredible bravery, trying to keep their ship alive, but it was a hopeless struggle.
Inside the ship, it was a hellish inferno. Compartments flooded, fires raged, and the screams of the wounded mingled with the roar of explosions. Yet, discipline held. Even as their ship was being systematically destroyed, many crew members continued to fight, or to aid their comrades.
Finally, with her guns silent, ablaze, and listing heavily, the Bismarck's senior officers ordered the ship scuttled to prevent her capture and to spare the remaining crew from further slaughter. Explosives were set, and the great battleship began her final plunge. As she went down, hundreds of men spilled into the freezing Atlantic. The British ships, after hours of relentless bombardment, faced a grim choice. They began rescue operations, but the appearance of a U-boat alarm forced them to withdraw, leaving many struggling in the oil-slicked, frigid waters. Out of over 2,200 men, only 114 survived. The vast majority perished in the icy grip of the Atlantic, succumbing to hypothermia, wounds, or the sheer force of the sinking. Their fate was a stark reminder of the brutal cost of naval warfare and the unforgiving nature of the sea.
The Bismarck story is often told as a tale of naval power and the triumph of the Royal Navy. But beneath the surface of strategy and steel lies the profound human cost. The tragic end of her crew is a poignant reminder of the ultimate price paid by those who go to war. Young lives extinguished, families devastated, and the silent depths holding the secrets of a generation. Their story, like their ship, is forever etched into the annals of history, a powerful testament to courage, sacrifice, and the enduring tragedy of conflict.